What's up, everybody? Tendo here, and it's time to go to some thrift shops, and today I'm even going to go to a game store. I'm going to go to a local game store that I go to a ton on this channel and see if they've restocked any, see if there's any new goodies there waiting for me. Check this out. Today's first stop was a Savers, and it was a bit of a happy accident because I was in this part of town doing something completely different, completely unrelated to thrifting or to YouTube. And I spotted this Savers, and I was like, oh, I didn't even realize I was over here. So I went and got done what I had to do, and I stopped back by here on the way back. And man, am I glad that I did, because here's a good way to start out a day of thrifting. There was a bunch of stuff behind the lockbox at this Savers, and it started off with a big stack of PSP UMD discs. And there were actually a couple here that I already had. There was some DS games here as well. Nothing really great. And the PSP game, the only game that was here, I already had, this basketball game. But there were 3 or 4 PSP UMD discs that I didn't have, so I'm definitely going to pick those up. I went ahead and had the girl working behind the counter let me see the disc of CDs that was up there as well. It turned out to only be a couple seasons of Sex and the City, but sometimes there's those things full of games, so that's always nice to look at. This is probably the coolest thing I saw today. It was a Game Boy Advanced, but it was really pricey. It was just way more than I was looking to spend. And there was a first generation DS as well, and it was also expensive. I might come back by here on half off day real soon and see if they're still there. I don't know if they will be or not, but it's going to be worth a shot probably. I'll pay half of what they were asking. They were asking $30 for this bad boy, and that's good. That's a good normal price. But I don't like spending that much on them. Honestly, I don't even really like spending half of that on them, though I will reluctantly. I like spending a couple bucks on these at the Goodwill bins. That's how I've gotten my hands on all 3 or 4 of the Game Boy Advance that I currently have. Next up, I went to the regular game section, and I had to share the space with someone else. But that's all right. There's enough games to go around. Right off the bat, there were a few things that I was definitely going to buy, including that Atari game. There was some stuff here, like this game, that didn't have its manual in it. And those really cheap titles that don't have their manuals, I'll just wait on those. Because those are the types of games that when that Game On Expo comes back around that I did earlier this year, I'm going to get those games for $1 when that comes back around. I'm going back next year with a big stack of cash and buying every dollar game that's there that I don't already have. But that's about it. There's a couple things here I'm going to buy. And right before I was about to walk away from the game section, I noticed this big stack of games that was just tossed down here. And except for maybe 1 or 2 of these games, I already had them all. It's really kind of starting to drive me crazy how many games I grab and go, do I have this or do I not? And I check my list, and I do have them. I'm not used to it because I've only been doing this channel, and I've only been collecting for 4 or 5 months now. And pretty much it's been easy because I can just go buy anything. And of course I don't already have it, but I'm getting to a certain point of saturation. Nothing crazy. I only have 1,300 games at this point, but that's enough that all this super basic stuff, I'm starting to see it daily, and I'm starting to really find stuff I already have. A lot more than I thought I would at this point, I guess is what I'm getting at. But let's check the electronics here before we go. About the coolest thing I saw was that Xbox down there. It had probably $20-25 on it. Can't remember exactly, but that's just like those Game Boys. I pay about $6 for those at the Goodwill bins every day of the week. So there's no need for me to get my hands on them here at the regular thrift. And I don't know about you guys, but this is how I usually get into a whole day of thrifting or a whole day of video game shopping. Didn't mean to go to that first stop, but I did. And then I got bit by the bug, and now I've got to go to more. So I'm stopping at this Goodwill, which is even further back on the way back home. And I didn't find much here today. I did find a copy of Excite Truck for the Wii. And for $3, I'm definitely buying that. And there were a few other things I saw that were at least of note, including this copy of some DVD set of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I'm really not trying to collect DVDs, or I would have bought those because I have fond memories of that show. There's a lot of other little random stuff in here, but this particular Goodwill has taken to not putting their video games in one section, just mixing them in. There were several seasons of The West Wing, which, if you ever want to know what Tendo's favorite TV show is, it's The West Wing. I've probably seen it all the way through at least 8 times, I know of for sure. But if you count all the times I've watched other random episodes, it's probably closer to 9 or 10. And I do have a couple seasons of it on DVD that I just keep in case of an emergency where I can't access Netflix where you can watch all of it. But I did want those. I do want the whole entire series on DVD. I'd prefer Blu-ray, but I don't know if they have it on Blu-ray. But those were all $7 a piece. And the 1 or 2 seasons I already have, I paid like $2 a piece. So I didn't buy those. I was picking them up to buy them. I thought, man, I'm definitely buying these, but not for $7 a piece. Let's move on to the last stop of the day. This is Zia Records. I stop here sometimes daily on my channel, and then sometimes I just kind of maybe get to go in so many times in a row and feel like they're not putting anything out new, so I don't go for a while. But I stopped by there today, and I'm glad that I did, because not only did I get my hands on a handful of random games, as you see here, but there's some stuff in the lockbox that is put out fresh today, and I'm very glad that I stopped by to see all of it. There's a lot of stores besides this one that I'm very thankful we have in Phoenix. There's so much good game shopping here in Phoenix, but this store I always get extra excited about going to because they have some sort of strategy where they resell stuff. They mark stuff, at least I've found, well below what you'll find it for, let's say, on eBay. So there's a Tomb Raider special edition there. They've got marked for $17. And, you know, if you got lucky, you could probably find that randomly on eBay for $16. But, like, if you're going to just jump on there now and find one, you're going to pay a good little bit more. And that's how most of this stuff they resell is. And now randomly they'll put something in there for a real high price. And I'm like, what were you guys thinking? But I have a lot of luck here. And I love this store so much. And I've made that no secret here on my channel. But I am going to get someone up front to let me get my hands on that Tomb Raider box. And if they're all there and it's all good, I'm buying that 100%. There's a lot of other little stuff in here that I like and I would like to have, but $17 at one stop is enough for me today, so I'm just going to walk away with Tomb Raider. All right, guys, we're back in the game room. Pretty normal size stack, but there's some really good stuff here. Let's start with PSP stuff. They're all UMD discs. For those of you who don't know, these are all just movies specifically for the PSP handheld. And guess what? 2 of them are sealed. First one, Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Layer Cake. Weird. Both sealed. I probably won't open them up. I'll put them on the shelf sealed, and yeah, those are my first 2 sealed PSP UMDs. Got 2 more that are not sealed. Starship Troopers. I have fond memories of this movie from when I was a kid, and Lord of War. I recall seeing this movie when I was a bit younger, but didn't really stick. I don't remember much about it. I also bought a Minecraft book today. I've been buying these up as I find them, and I don't remember having the one that has a shovel on it. But these come both in hardback and paperback, so I've really just been buying all of them at this point, but I never pay much for them. I think she gave this to me for $0.25 because it didn't have a price tag on it. Next up, Atari Anthology. I love these Atari games, these anthologies, but even more so, I love these covers with holographic covers on them. Looks like a good old Pokemon card. I got a Greatest Hits edition of Red Faction. I already had the regular one, but I've got the Greatest Hits now. It's complete. I got another Dora the Explorer game. This has to be the 10,000 one. Journey to the Purple Planet. And then I got another stack of just weird titles, but it's because they were marked down to $1, so I went ahead and bought them. For the PlayStation 2, EJ Club World. Xbox Music Mixer, cool. Ghost Recon 2 for the Xbox. I just picked up that for the PlayStation 2 not but a few episodes ago, so got on the Xbox now. And then the last regular game is Excite Truck, and it's got some messiness on the case. I'm going to have to put this in a new case. But this is actually, I believe, my first game in the Excite series. I don't own any of them, so excited to check that out. And then, last and most certainly not least, and I don't know if I can say that this is Grail status, but it's pretty close. Anytime that I can find PlayStation 1 Collector's Edition stuff, I get it. I get it anytime. So this is Tomb Raider 1 through 3, and this is in perfect condition. It was $16.99. I paid full price for it at the game store, but I do that when I find this stuff I really want, this Collector's Edition stuff, because I'm very likely to randomly find these loose ones at the thrift store, but I'm not very likely to find it all together, so I don't feel too bad spending that. Tomb Raider, number 1. Tomb Raider, number 2. And Tomb Raider, number 3. Very excited to have this. The next one I really want is that Spyro's Collector's Edition that has several of the Spyro games in a cardboard box, because I really, really love the look of that spine there on the shelf. And these are games I'm dying to replay, so I've got no problems. no problems now. Those will be easy to replay, but that's a pretty good stack. This is what it looks like for me when it's quality over quantity, I think. All good stuff here. I've been really excited over these last couple months to collect these PSP UMDs. I don't know what I don't know what in my head is just broken that makes me just think, oh, I'm going to buy all these movies I'm never going to watch. I just love that PSP era. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment below and let me know what your favorite thing that I bought today was. You don't have to ask me. You know this is my favorite thing for sure. I don't know. Some people get really excited when I buy these PSPs. So if that's you, leave me a comment. Let me know below. Also, before you go, guys, run over to our Discord and join it. And you should do that because sometimes you get sneak peeks. Some of the guys on the Discord noticed. Sometimes on the Discord, I'll show like a stack of games like that so nobody can really tell what most of it is so that this video won't be spoiled. But usually there's something that's going to give itself away. So the guys over on the Discord knew beforehand that I got this Tomb Raiders Collector's Edition. So if you're into that kind of thing, go join the Discord. Come over to the Discord, share your pickups with us, share your game rooms with us. It's a good time over there, swear. And also before you go, guys, we stream right now once a week over on Twitch. And all we really do when we stream on Twitch, it's not so much about the game. We just chat about stuff, right? So if you want to come chat with us more face-to-face, and talk about something, talk about the video games you're playing, go follow us on Twitch. And when we do go live there, you'll get a notification. You can come and hang out with us. Here on YouTube, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. We're like, as of posting this video, we're like 5 or 6 subs away from 600 subs. Thank you to everyone that's already subbed this far. Keep on subbing. If you're watching, sub. Sub right now. Hit the button. Hit it. All right. If you do hit it, hit that notification bell too, so that when I post these videos in the future and go buy awesome video games and go to awesome yard sales, flea markets, and thrift stores and play video games and all that other cool stuff, you'll get a notification then and you can come back and hang out with us then. And until then, guys, peace out.